Hey guys, I got a really a perfect email I thought for this country, maybe the world, to uh, be exposed to in regards to this pandemic, and people are shut in and quarantined. And I want to encourage people to go ahead and do that. Although I'm not, afraid of this virus, we do want to limit the spread as much as possible. So I'm advising you do the same. Stay home as much as possible. You may not be vulnerable, but we want to protect the elderly and other people that are more susceptible to getting seriously ill from this as possible. Anyway, this was an email from a guy named Michael Levin. He's got a writing company. It's Michael Levin Writing Company, and New York Times best-selling author. He does blogs, and he's really sharp and funny. He helped advise me when I was writing my book. He liked the idea. I wanted to work with him, but couldn't afford it. I was broke at the time, but he's awesome, and I love this email. Maybe you'll find this encouraging. So it says, this whole coronavirus thing wasn't my idea, believe me. But since it's here, how can we make the best of an unusual situation? I like the wording there. Unusual situation. Let's not call it a bad situation, right? Business coach Lee Brower says that it's pointless to ask, why is this happening to me? Because questions like that enhance a sense of victimhood. Instead, Brower suggests that it's wiser to ask, why is this happening for me? In other words, what can I get out of this? And guys, that's profound. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And with age and wisdom, you realize that. It's those worst things at the time, those breakups, as I talk about on my channel. It's the best thing for you. And hopefully you get there and you just say, but thank you. It's in your favor. Let's carry on with the email, shall we? So again, what can I get out of this? So I don't mean how can I make $1 off the virus. I do mean as long as we have this enforced period of standing down from our usual occupations and distractions, how can we make the most of this experience? So here's my challenge to you. Call it the Michael Levin COVID-19 challenge. When they blow the whistle and give the all clear sign, where do you want to be? Rather than continuing to binge watch Netflix over the next few weeks, what can you accomplish with this unique chunk of time? Can you get closer to your loved ones, especially those under the same roof? Are there people you know who are lonely and scared because of their age, their health, or another reason? Whom could you call today and maybe every day until this passes? Could you go to Could you go to coursera.com? So like course, like a study course, a school course. COURSERA.com. Coursera, or Coursera, I guess is probably how it's pronounced. Coursera.com, or one of its brethren, and take a free course with a nationally acclaimed professor. How awesome is that, guys? It's an age of opportunity for sure. Can you go through your house and get rid of all the accumulated junk you don't need, clothing you don't wear, items you don't use, and so on, and have them ready to donate when the Salvation Armies and Goodwills of the world reopen? Great idea. Can you use this time to ask yourself whether you are thriving or merely surviving? If it's the latter, if you're just surviving, what would it take for you to feel otherwise about your life? Are there changes you need to make that you've been putting off or refusing to face? If you hate your job, it's because you have someone else's job and you hate that person's job. I love that line. If you had your job, the thing that you're meant to do and love to do, you wouldn't hate it. So ask yourself whose job you have, yours or someone else's. Are there apologies you need to make and relationships you need to set right? Do you need to get some more exercise? It is time to rediscover the fact that the thing you're using as a hat rack is actually is it time to rediscover that the thing you're using as a hat rack is actually a treadmill? Are there a few extra pounds that when you emerge from this forced hibernation, you'd like to make disappear? Go back to Brower's point. If you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? You're setting yourself up for anxiety, depression, self-pity, and worse. Don't do that. But if you ask yourself, why is this happening for me? You might come up with an answer so positive that you will always look back on this period of your life and say, thank goodness I made those changes when I had the chance. Problems, even pandemics, have a beginning, a middle, and an end. As it says in the Bible, and it came to pass, and it came to stay. So as long as we will emerge from this experience, why not treat it like a chrysalis? A chrysalis. It's time to stop being a caterpillar. It's time to start being a butterfly. Amen. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see the new you on the other side. And you got a link down here. It's Michael Levin, Levin, writing company. I thought that was perfect. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing. Although I was already on that self-development thing, before. I'm really encourage people. Don't take everything in stride. It's obvious to me as someone who's not religious, but that there's an intelligence in this universe that's playful, and it just always has your best interest. I'm not trying to sell you on that, but I think just leave yourself open to that. Exercise, your health is your most important thing to focus on. Relationships, probably second. Finances, third. All important things, but just take a step back. Breathe. I really highly encourage meditation. That's something I came across a few years back when I needed it, when I was at my wit's end. Brendan Burchard is a writer, motivational speaker. Got a lot of great YouTube content out there. Teaches what he calls the release meditation. If you go on YouTube, if you're on YouTube now, look up release meditation. It's 30 minutes, and if you never tried it, just give it a try. It's not a spiritual thing per se. It doesn't have to be, but it does, scientifically proven, give huge benefits mentally and psychologically, and it's just awesome. It's a great experience. Suggest meditation. Get your diet right. I get kind of agitated a lot of times about just the nonsense, the bombardment of this food industry, Cheetos and Fritos and Doritos of the world. You got to see past that. Think about the food you're consuming and the content you're consuming. If you're spending all day watching, trash TV, people bickering and arguing and just acting stupid, you start to become those things, or at least think that human beings act that way. So be vigilant about the content you're consuming, and use this time to figure out, take a step back. What are we doing on this planet? What are you doing on this planet? Surely we're not meant to just be these lazy, overweight, miserable people working jobs we hate, and not pursuing a legacy, doing something we love to hopefully, if you're with me, help people, connect and help people live better lives. Life is about connection and contribution. That's it. And in terms of wealth, I'm not the only one to say this. The masters will say, you're already wealthy. We live in an abundant age. I mean, look back to any century in the past. You are chosen. You're lucky. I hope that sinks in for you. And two, God, look at all the technology on the horizon. I think 5G technology is going to be awesome. I think what's happening with artificial intelligence is awesome. It's not scary. All these happening with nanotechnology, guys, it's happening. You're going to live a long life. And use this time profitably. So anyway, that's mostly wanted to share that email, and I encourage you again to stay home if at all possible, for the sake of others, if not just for yourself, but also get that positive energy back. Guys, I wish you well. Have a great day. Bye.